How to deal with anger. Alright, we're going to start off with this. We're going to start off with you working hard. You working hard towards the right path in your life. The path that you feel is going to bring you health, happiness. It brings those around you that you want those to be around you. And you are filled with love and you're working towards something, even if you don't like your job. Even if you don't like what you're doing, you see a brighter future. But at this time when you're working for this brighter future, maybe there's a moment when those people around you don't see the desire and future you see yourself. Is it their fault? Maybe they see it and they desire something else. It is not their fault. Okay? We all have the right to desire what we want and to go obtain whatever we want to do in life. Right? We're there. We're here. Our family, our closest ones have maybe betrayed us. The ones we love have left us. Alright? Friendships are no longer the same as we get older. For a lot of us, right? There's a lot of us that still talk to friends every now and then through the phone, social media and stuff, but seeing each other and having that interaction and doing the dumb things you used to do with friends maybe isn't as common anymore. So you get to this point where you're like, where is my happiness? You might get filled with anger, okay? You might get filled with anger. You, at your job, feel like you deserve more credit than your boss sees you as, sees your value in. Okay, maybe they're just treating you like trash when you're working harder than everyone else around you, but they can't see it right. How to deal with anger, with situations that might make you angry. For everyone, it's a little bit different. Alright, but most people tend to get angry every now and then. The good thing is, there is people out there that seem to have peace, okay? There's people out there that in heated moments, they keep their composure. They keep their composure and they share love, they share empathy. They want to connect with those around them still, even the ones that might be lashing with anger. And that shows you something. That shows that you can have control over your anger. Okay? It shows you that you can change a situation rather than lashing back and forth with these words, with these actions, all coming with negative emotion. Rather than doing that, you can share the love and listen to one another and try to understand, right? And even if you don't agree, you agree to disagree. Yeah, it's still your option to get angry or not get angry. You can walk away, you can stay there, whatever. There's a lot of options. The thing is, if you get angry, you have one option. If you have anger that you don't have control of, there's one option. Meanwhile, if you have control of your anger, you have composure of it, wow, all of a sudden there's these doors that you can take that lead you to different situations. And maybe they'll lead you to the same one with this specific person. Maybe this person is out to get you with their anger and lash out at you, no matter what you do, no matter what love you share and stuff. There's different people, different situations, there's different things to do for different moments in time. Okay? But you won't be able to see those doors, you won't be able to see those options if you're filled with anger. You won't be able to see punches coming at you if they're quick, they're all over the place, if you're filled with anger, with this desire to harm. Okay? Because you might get blinded. You might just see a certain part. That's when you get the whole tunnel vision of the thing that you want to do that's building up, that's causing your blood to boil, that's causing you to think over and over again. It's like a hamster wheel in your brain, right? And then it just keeps fueling up all this negative energy, all these negative emotions, all this anger. You might start sweating a bit more, your heartbeat starts going up a bit, all right? You feel your pores opening up, you feel your airways opening up, you're ready. You feel like you're sharper mentally. Some of you love that. Look, and you can experience that still in the right kind of way, not in the way that harms others. That's the thing, all right? And I feel like if you want something in life and it doesn't harm others and it doesn't harm yourself, then is it a bad thing? Right? But you can get angry still, just in different situations, all right? And for that, like, you have to be careful with as well, all right? There was a moment in time when I wouldn't necessarily lash at other people, and I don't, like, there was a moment in time when I'd get walked on for not being firm, right? Because I wouldn't want to be angry at those around me, trying to lash out this negative energy to my external life and kick people out of my life or kick people, you know, like I just did not want to do those things at a certain point in my life. And it got to a point where I was getting walked on, okay? I didn't know how to be angry anymore. And that's the thing, I didn't know how to be angry anymore in the right kind of way, and I would be angry at myself, right, for not being perfect or not doing this right or not doing that, or for thinking I should have known this, that this was going to happen in the future, and I should have known all that. And it's like, man, you can't know the future, you know, right? No one can know the future and predict it 100%, so you can only make calculations based on experiences you've had around you, or on statistics or numbers, whatever, but you can't predict the future 100%. So what's the point? What's the point in causing that wheel to turn in your head, thinking about all the possibilities in life, all these things that could bring that anger, right? And the thing is, there is no point. You have to, it's just a distraction. It takes away your energy. You have to direct it in the right way. Still, where are we directing this anger? All right? You can direct it at yourself in a way that doesn't harm you mentally or physically, right? By still being just honest with yourself in a loving way. All right? It's just being loving still. It's showing love in a way that doesn't have to be happy and sunshine and rainbows all the time. It's an honest love, and if you can be honest with yourself, then what kind of better love is there? All right, if you can be honest with yourself, you can know what to do, what to think, what's harming you, what's affecting you, what's slowing you down, what's going to make you be ahead of others. You have to know where to direct this anger, where to direct your emotions. So direct your anger in a way that, you know, shows love still to those around you. You can direct it in a way where you're like, oh, yesterday I was creating space with those around me, whether it's your coworkers, your family. I felt like I was kind of in a bubble. And I'm just going to be honest with myself and realize that that was kind of a dick move, and I was being a little selfish, and maybe at times I needed that space anyway just to recharge myself and maybe not lash out for like whatever I was feeling, whether it's sadness or anger, it's being tired, sleep deprived, hungry, right? Like, it doesn't matter, okay? It's still that's the same kind of thing. It's just for certain people, some emotions are an addiction and other emotions are just a tragedy, things that people don't want to be feeling. And you have to be able to be honest with yourself, and if you can't face how you're thinking and feeling and why you're doing it, you're going to be lost. Those hormones, those emotions are going to take over. All right, it's no longer your brain thinking really so much. It's everything going on, all that chemistry inside your body. It's making you feel a certain way. You're like, I feel a certain way, so this is how I must act. Some of you might be saying, oh, Astral, but you don't understand what I'm going through, the things I'm having to do just to keep those people around me happy, just to be working and to be having a life where I'm barely living and having the food on my table and all this and the amount of stress and the things going on with my family, and you just don't understand, you don't get it, and no one gets it around me, no one gets it, and I'm just alone in this. I'm alone. That's a deep, bad hole, dark hole to be in. Who's going to be around you then? All right? And who's going to want to be around you then? You're going to be sucking the energy, the light out of people from the... Almost cuss for the first time, okay? For the flocking birds. The point is, a lot of us need to take responsibility for how our life is. There's a lot of options for a lot of us to be taking, and a lot of us take the wrong turn every single time, every single day. All right, we make more wrong turns in a day than we make the right turns, okay? And that's just being honest, and that's what I see from a lot of people around me, from people in school growing up, all right? Whether it's with their attitude, with how they communicate with their partner, how they communicate with their family, how they communicate with strangers, whether it's how they're taking their profession seriously or not taking it seriously, or whether they're really helping others, whether they're not, whether it's a stranger that they're helping, whether they have an open heart when someone's talking to them, whether they don't. All right, these are things that we make choices on every single time, multiple times. Who knows, maybe hundreds, thousands of times a day. And a lot of us take the wrong turn almost every single time. And the thing is, we have to hold ourselves accountable. There has to be discipline. There has to be discipline in your life. And the whole thing of being rewarded at the end is really the way to go, because look, we do live in the generation where our phones are in front of our faces, where our spine is being compromised because we're looking down so much. We're creating a hump in our back, all right? We're just getting serotonin releases and having less attention span because the videos get shorter and shorter and shorter, and so many videos to watch through that. What's going to make you happy if you don't have the discipline and you're not working hard throughout the day in your life, if you're not helping others, if you're not trying to be aware and more awake to maybe help that person that needs it? All right, what's going to bring you that gratification? Just like other people, just people telling you BS things on the internet that don't even pertain to anything in your life, but like they make you laugh or whatever, which is, funny videos are great, but like some of them, it's just you're going through 40 funny videos at a time in 10 seconds, and it's like, well, that's a lot of, like, I don't know about you, but my brain feels like, it's like shaking in there, like wanting me to stop doing what I'm doing. And then if you keep going, it just like almost hurts. Like, dude, you can't fake this. I know there's other people that kind of feel the same way. So, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Are you going to let these emotions build up inside of you, this anger, this thing that you might be addicted to because it makes you feel a certain way, rather than trying to be composed and trying to get the same feeling from that composure, from being so laser sharp, so riding on that blade kind of a thing where you're not neither falling on this side or on that side, you're just right in the middle and you're owning it? You're owning the moment, you're owning how you feel, you're owning what you want to think, what you want to say. Isn't that a better feeling? You tell me in the comments. You tell me how you control your anger. All right? There's always you can always work out, right? That's one of the major things for me, is working out. I had to go on a jog before this. All right? And I didn't have to, but I did have to. All right, because I myself wanted to get that blood pumping in my body. I wanted to get it pumping through my brain. My airways open up more. I get more oxygenated. All right, I have clearer thoughts after suffering a little bit, after doing a workout and putting the work in. I have that gratification that lasts longer. And it's a better feeling for me to do the videos this way. All right, so there's always the whole working out, staying healthy, keeping on top of your sleeping schedule too, right? Getting the right amount of sleep. That's a huge one for some people. You have to get the right amount of sleep, and those are just the basic things. I wanted to talk more about the mental and how you're thinking about things and what you can do better in life. And really, if you have a thought where it's negative and it comes into your brain and it's just random or whatever, and you keep expanding on it and you make it into this whole thing where it starts affecting your body and you don't cut it off early enough, well, it might be damaging. You might act on it to those around you in a way that isn't based on facts. That's the thing. You have to look at things based on facts, and a lot of us live in this fantasy where we're not looking at the facts, and we're not looking at how people are really treating us, or their intentions with us, or everything else around us, right? And we make these harsh decisions, or we feel a certain way so strong without maybe even knowing the other side. And so for some things I'm saying, there's no other side to know, right? If you have your standards, you have your boundaries in life, that's fine. But you also just can control what you're thinking still. You can control what you're thinking still. is what I'm trying to say. You don't have to be so consumed in a certain way of thinking, in this pattern of thinking. If you are, you can still be. Alright, you guys heard that sound, right? I had to go investigate. I'm not going to say much else on that sound. Who knows what it was. But look, that's not going to stop me either. I'm here to tell you that you can have control still. Alright, I'm feeling a certain way. I've got chills on my body. I've got those goosebumps. I don't know what that was, alright? There was a second in there where I was like, whoa, who's here? What's going on? That's not going to stop me from filming right now, okay? Alright? Because you can still have control. There's the facts, alright? There's the whole, what do I want to be perceived as? What do I want to be recognized as? What do I want to be remembered as? There's all that to think about. And if there's moments in your life when you lash out over and over and over again, that's what people are going to remember, and that's what people are going to think of you, and they're not going to be able to trust you to go through difficult times with them. If you don't have control, you need that control in your life. Alright? Try to find it little by little with discipline. With working out, whether it's just even reading a book, whether it's just cleaning up your diet every now and then, and it doesn't have to be a forever thing, right? You could plan out. You could plan out to eat good for a week or something, which is like something I don't do, right? I eat a lot of junk food. I'm just saying, like, this is an example. But you can plan to just maybe stop drinking or whatever, for drinking, you know what, for a week, and, you know, see how you go. And then if you can't do it, but you make it in the third or fourth day, guess what? You made it 4 days. You're not a failure. You still got over half of what you wanted in your goal. You still went a direction. Okay, maybe the next week you can get 5-6 days. Okay, and even if you fail on that 6th day, you're not a failure. You're not a failure, and that's the thing. We have to change our self-talk too when we're trying to be honest with ourselves, because a lot of us, the honest talk, the honest voice inside our head, is so dark. So dark. Too dark for anyone to be hearing it, right? Anyone out there in the public, or any of your friends, any of your family to be hearing how you talk to yourself. What would they think? Maybe it's your normal. Is it your normal? Does that make you a little bit sad? If it is your normal and you don't want it to be your normal? You can change that. And starting today, starting right now. And the thing is, it's all habits. And it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to break. But it'll become easier. That positive self-talk. The soothing voice inside your head. Okay, not the oh, I gotta do something about this. I gotta do it now. And all that anger. No. Let that soothing voice speak to you clearly. What you need to do, what you need to evaluate. Make your predictions, get your data. Know what to say. And say it with confidence. Alright? And, you know, just, emotions are emotions. You can't just numb out to everything. You can't just be a robot. You have to feel things still. And when you feel that anger, I'm telling you, like, you're going to feel it. A lot of people just take it out on the external life as well. But you can feel all that still. You can feel all that blood going through your body, all that heat, the thoughts racing, and be composed. Slow your breathing down, slow your heart rate down just a little bit, and still be feeling everything, but then speak that way, with a firm voice of knowing what you want to do, what you want to say. You know, and even then, you might still be like, oh man, I spoke with too much anger still. I said one thing that I just did not mean. I changed my mind on that, you know. But it's better still than not standing up for yourself at all, right? Not saying anything to anyone, and just kind of being a robot and trying not to feel anything. And it's a whole lot better than lashing out to everyone around you. It's a balance, right? Everything's been a balance in life. And How do you control your anger? Let me know in the comments. If you got to this point, thank you for watching it. There's really a whole lot to say on this, on controlling your anger. It's a big problem for a lot of men out there that I know of, right? And it's an issue for women as well. It's an issue for everyone. It's maybe not everyone, right? Because there is people out there who do have control of it. I'm wrong, right? I'm wrong. It's okay to call me out too. Call me out on anything I say. All right? I want your honest love. All right? Some of you, I feel like, give me the honesty with anger, and that's fine too. I'm not going to be bothered. It makes me laugh. I don't care. Whatever. I take it as love. All right? I really don't care. So thank you for watching. Let me know what you do for anger, and if you want a part 2. Until next time.